Hey everybody, how are you doing? Oh, it's so cold. It's actually warmer than it was yesterday, but it's still so cold. I'm kind of a mess. And yes, I still got this like jacket on. I just got in from outside. And I was reading this yesterday and I wanted to share it with you and I wanted to get your opinions on it. So this is an article from Real Simple. It's one of the magazines or whatever that I follow. Oh, I got to be careful. My desk is bumpy. 9 clothing items you should never buy secondhand. Now, a couple of them I give you, I think they're correct. Oh my gosh, we have to stop that bumping. I have you up on a tripod and it's kind of like suspended. And so every time I move, it moves. I'm sorry. So I'm going to read just the first paragraph and then we're going to discuss these things. And so first off, thrifting and vintage shopping can be a great way to expand your wardrobe and get one-of-a-kind items that you can't find anywhere else. But while it may be an ideal place to get a skirt or jacket, some clothes can be risky to get secondhand. So before your next thrift shopping expedition, take these clothing items off of your shopping list. Okay, number one is a given, underwear. However, as we know, some underwear, new in package, vintage, and also some other brand names we sell. And it's perfectly fine. Never use. That's kind of just like, yuck, no. But that is their number one. Number two is bras. I disagree. And here's the reason. Not only are those worn skin to skin, but generally they tend to lose their support and elasticity as they're used. I get it. But a lot of times the bras that we find are in excellent condition and I don't see a problem with it. I've actually bought a few bras secondhand off of eBay or whatever and no problem. You know what? You don't buy them and wear them. You buy them and you wash them. This one's surprising. Children's clothing, especially sleepwear. Items for kids tend to be held to a higher standard of safety than clothing for adults, according to the Consumer Protection Safety Commission, and are often the subject of recalls due to features that might become unsafe. Blah, 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 blah. It goes on. Okay. I'm an old school grandma, mom. I don't agree with this one at all. At all. I cannot tell you, my children growing up wore so many hand-me-downs and secondhand clothing. You know, it was just the way it was. It's just how we did. Number 4, bike or sports helmets. Again, they're talking about you don't know if they've been in a collision before. You don't know if their safety has been, what do I want to say? Broken down. It's the only word I can think of right now. The other one is bathing suits. Okay, because again, they're talking about things that are being worn skin to skin. These seem to be something that they are concerned about. And the elasticity again. And you know what? When we buy products, we look at that. When we buy clothing, we look at that. We look at the underarms. We look at different things. In fact, I was thrifting the other day, and one of the women that I know came up to me, and I was showing her an item, and then I was like, "Oh, it's got a stain on it," and she was like, "So?" And I was like, "I don't sell stuff with stains on it. If I do, if I happen to buy an item and I don't realize it, I will bring it home and I will try to spot clean it. But if I can't get it clean, can't take it back, I will sell it with a notice everywhere that it has a stain, fingers pointing to the stain here, stain, you know." But I don't like to do that. I like to sell excellent clothing, excellent used, pre-worn, pre-loved clothing. Number 6, clothes that are smelly or stained. I have never really run across clothing. I guess the worst is buying it from an estate sale of an elderly person, and sometimes it has like a musty smell to it. Or my other daughter-in-law, she bought a Filson jacket that had definitely been out in the field, and She just hung it outside for a few days and got rid of the smell. There was nothing wrong with the jacket at all. Clothes that aren't easily washed. So here's their comment. You may want to think twice about clothing that make it difficult to be cleaned thoroughly, such as leather or delicate items. In studies, if you go there, it'll show you what studies, some thrifted items have been found to harbor parasites, scabies, and other things that cannot be killed with laundering and heating and drying. Oh, that can be killed with laundering and drying, but may be harder to remove from clothes that require delicate treatment. I have been reselling for a long, long time. I've been following people who have resold for a long, long, long time. And this is a comment that always comes up for my one daughter-in-law, my son, is about the bugs. And never. I have friends who work at Goodwill and they have never, they don't get bugs, they don't get lice, they don't get scabies. And they're not telling me because they're my friends. They would tell me. So I don't know. I think that this article may be from somebody who is not a real thrifter, and maybe they should have talked to some thrifters before they wrote the article. Some of it I agree, some of it I don't. There are people out there that will pick up, garbage stuff and put it out there. But I'm not one of those, and the people that I watch are not one of those. And hopefully the people who follow me are not one of those. Leggings, oh my gosh. Similar to bathing suits and underwear, it's something that's worn close to the body and may already have lost the support and elasticity you'll want from them. And besides, they tend to be something that you can buy new at a discounted price. Depends on what brands you're looking at. Number 9, some shoes. You'll want to look closely for wear and tear on shoes you plan to purchase, and as uneven wear due to the previous owner's gait could cause injuries to your foot, legs, hips, and back when you wear them for an extended period of time. Be especially careful of this with athletic shoes, which have been often worn for a shorter lifespan. I thought it said 10 items, but maybe it did just say 9. Let's go back here, 9. So those are their 9 items from Real Simple that they are suggesting that people don't buy secondhand. What's your thoughts? I kind of gave you mine. I think a lot of this is a stretch, a lot of it. And maybe this is, people that have not, thrifted, because man, you can find some really great things brand new with tags. I don't know. What's your opinion?